Everyone, welcome back to a new Taekook one shot. I hope you will enjoy it. Morning sun streamed through the curtains, painting soft golden streets across the room. Jungkook stood awake, the familiar warmth beside him instantly bringing a small, content smile on his face. Kim Taehyung sprawled on Jungkook's bed, lay with his lips slightly parted, his fluffy brown messy hair messily forming his face. His chest rose and fell steadily, the calm rhythm of his breathing filling the quiet room. It had become a habit of Taehyung to sneak into Jungkook's room in the middle of the night, a habit Jungkook secretly cherished, even though he pretended to be annoyed every time. Jungkook couldn't help but reach out, his finger brushing through Taehyung's soft hair. The older man stretched slightly, his brows frowning before his eyes fluttered open. For a moment, Taehyung smiled, simply blinked, his expression groggy and childlike. Then a smile curved his lips as he looked up at Jungkook. "You are awake?" Taehyung mumbled, his voice raspy from sleep. Without waiting for any response, he wrapped his arm around Jungkook's waist, pulling him closer. "Good morning to you too." Jungkook clenched his voice low as he let Taehyung. "You know you would stay warm if you actually wore a shirt to the bed," Jungkook teased through his voice slashed any real bite. Taehyung totalized his pout, making Jungkook's heart skip a beat. "Why would I wear a shirt when I have you to keep me warm?" Jungkook rolled his eyes, though his fondness in his gaze betrayed him. "You are impossible. You know that." Taehyung only grinned, burrowing his face into Jungkook's neck. And yet you still let me in every night." The truth was, Jungkook didn't just let Taehyung in, he waited for it. The night when Taehyung didn't come to him felt colder, emptier, and he hated the way it made him restless. "Don't you have class this morning?" Jungkook asked, trying to sound stern, even as Taehyung's warmth made it hard to think straight. Taehyung hummed non-committedly, "Not for another hour." "Then you should get up," Jungkook said, though he made no effort to move. Taehyung pulled back slightly, his sleepy eyes narrowing. "I'm not kicking you out," Jungkook replied, running a hand through his messy black hair. I just want you to I just don't want you to be late." Taehyung huffed, crossing his arm as he sat up. The blanket slipped down his shoulders, relieving more of his honey-toned skin, and Jungkook quickly looked away, feeling his cheeks heat up. "Fine," Taehyung said dramatically. "I will leave if you are so eager to get rid of me." "Hey," Jungkook sighed, reaching out to grab his wrist. "You know that's not what I meant." Taehyung glanced at Jungkook over his shoulder, his pout softening into a small smile. "I know," he said quietly. Jungkook let out a breath. He didn't realize he was holding good. "Now go shower before you make me late too," Taehyung smirked, leaning down again until their faces were inches apart. "What if I don't want to shower alone?" Jungkook's eyes widened slightly, green on Taehyung's wrist tightening. "Don't start there." "Start what?" Taehyung asked innocently, though the mischief in his eyes was unmistakable. Jungkook shook his head, releasing Taehyung's wrist. "You are hopeless." Taehyung laughed, the sound light and melodic, and he slid off the bed. "And yet you still let me stay," he said, echoing his earlier words. Jungkook watched as, with a playful smirk, Taehyung hopped off the bed and disappeared into the bathroom. The sound of running water soon filling the room. Jungkook sat up, running his hands over his face to wake himself up properly. Just as he was about to get out of the bed, the bathroom door cracked open. Jungkook looked up only to freeze at the sight before him. Taehyung stood in the doorway, dripping wet, with nothing but a towel loosely wrapped around his hips. His wet hair clung to his forehead, droplets of water sliding down his toned chest and arms. "What are you doing?" Jungkook asked, his voice suddenly horsey. Taehyung didn't reply. Instead, he walked over to Jungkook, grabbed his hand, and pulling him off the bed. Jungkook started to protest, but Taehyung cut him off with a playful grin. "Sob with me." Taehyung said, his eyes sparkling with mischief. Before Jungkook could argue, Taehyung dragged him into the bathroom, the warm steam enveloping them both. "I don't have time for this," Jungkook said, though his resistance faltered when Taehyung pressed him against the cold tiled wall. "You are always so serious," Taehyung teased, leaning in closer. "Relax, Jungkookie." Jungkook's breath hinged as Taehyung's fingers traced the outline of his jaw. "You are troubled," he muttered, his hands insistently resting. Taehyung grinned, his face mere inches away from Jungkook's, "And yet you can't seem to stay away from me." Before Jungkook could respond, Taehyung closed the distance between them, his lips capturing Jungkook's in a slow, lingering kiss. The warmth of Taehyung's mouth, combined with the heat of the shower, sent a wave of electric through Jungkook's body. Taehyung deepened the kiss, his hands sliding up and tangled in Jungkook's hair. Jungkook groaned softly, pulling Taehyung closer until their bodies were pressed flesh against each other. The water Jungkook's fingers trailed down Taehyung's back, driving soft shiver from the older man. "You are impossible," Jungkook whispered against Taehyung's lips, his voice filled with both frustration and affection. Taehyung clenched his eyes, sparkled with mischief. "And yet you are still here." Jungkook sighed, a small smile tugging at his lips. "I guess I am." For a while, they smiled, held each other. The sound of water and their steady breathing filled the space. "I should sob properly," Jungkook said eventually, though his arm steadied firmly around Taehyung. Taehyung smirked, reaching for the soap. "Allow me." Jungkook nodded. The warm water scattered over their bodies as Jungkook stood under the shower, his arm loosely wrapped around Taehyung's waist. Taehyung leaned against him, his head resting on Jungkook's shoulder, a content smile playing on his lips. "You are always so serious," Taehyung teased, his voice soft as the water trickled down his face. "And you are always so reckless," Jungkook shot back. Jungkook shook his head with a small glance. "You are impossible." Before Taehyung could respond, a sudden sharp knock echoes through the bathroom door. "Jungkook, are you in there?" Jungkook's blonde blood ran cold, his mother's voice. Taehyung frozen Jungkook's arm, his eyes wide and panic. "Is that my mom?" Jungkook whispered, cutting him off. "She wasn't supposed to be home this early." The knock came again, louder this time. "Jungkook, why aren't you answering?" "Crap," Jungkook muttered quickly, turning off the shower. The abrupt silence was deafening, broken only by the sound of the water dripping from their bodies. "What to do? What do we do?" Taehyung hissed frantically, looking around the bathroom. "Hide," Jungkook said immediately. "Hide where? This bathroom is tiny," Taehyung whispered back, waving his arms around to empathize. The cramped space. Another knock. Jungkook, I'm coming in if you don't answer. No, no, no. Jungkook muttered, his brain working overtime. He glanced around the bathroom. His eyes landed on the Taehyung stared at him incredulously. Are you serious? That's the worst hiding spot ever. Do you have a better idea? Jungkook shot back, already grabbing a towel to wrap around his waist. Taehyung groaned but did as he was told, crouching down in the tube and pulling the curtains close around him. Jungkook barely managed to tie the towel around his waist before the bathroom door cracked open. His mother stood there, her hands on her hips, her sharp eyes immediately scanning the room. Why were you taking so long? Answer me. Obviously, his mother said, raising an eyebrow, but why didn't you lock the door? What if someone walked in on you? Jungkook scratched his back of the neck, awkwardly avoiding his gaze. Her gaze. I guess I forgot, he mumbled. His mother eyes narrowed suspiciously, but she didn't press further. Instead, she looked around the bathroom, her gaze lingering on the slightly ajar shower curtain. Jungkook's heart stopped. What is the shower curtain pulled like that? She asked, taking a step closer. No reason, Jungkook said quickly, stepping in front of her to block her view. I was just cleaning it earlier. His mother gave him a typical look. Cleaning? You barely even clean your room, and now you're cleaning the bathroom? Jungkook forced a smile, trying to turn over a new leaf. She didn't look convinced, but before she could ask more questions, the sound of her phone ringing discarded her. She sighed, pulling it out of her pocket. I will let this go for now, but don't take forever. Breakfast is ready, she said. And Morse's expression, a mix of disbelief and annoyance, that was so close. You don't say, Jungkook muttered, grabbing another towel to hand to Taehyung. What if she came back? She totally seemed suspicious. Taehyung whispered, drying himself off quickly. Shivering, Jungkook said, though he didn't sound entirely confident. Jungkook, if I get catched in your bathroom, your mom going to kill me. Taehyung grumbled, wrapping a towel around his waist. She She's not going to find out, Jungkook assured him, grabbing Taehyung by his wrist and pulling him towards the door. Where are we going? Taehyung asked, trying to keep up. To my room, Jungkook whispered, just to quiet. They tiptoed down the hallway, their wet footprints leaving a trail of the hardwood floor. Jungkook pushed the bedroom door open and quickly pulled Taehyung inside, locking the door behind them. Safe, Jungkook muttered, leaning against the door. Taehyung flopped on the bed, letting out a dramatic sigh. You are lucky I love you, Jungkook. No one else would put up with this. Jungkook walking over to the bed, leaning down until their faces were inches apart. Love me, huh? Taehyung's cheeks turned pink. Shut up. Jungkook clenched, pressing a soft kiss to Taehyung's forehead. Thanks for putting up with me. Taehyung smiled, pulling Jungkook down beside him always. And despite the chaos of the morning, the two of them found comfort in each other's arms once again. Unaware of the fact that Jungkook's mom has seen the footprint on the wooden floor of the Jungkook's bedroom, and there was a mark over her face. The end. So everyone, how was it? Comment it down. See you again in the next Taekook one shot. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.